Thank God they uploaded this footage, because we're gonna watch it. And the commentary is mostly gonna be just explaining to you, like, what we're looking at here. Because I just want you to notice, immediately, driving down way deep on the flat, he comes up. He's doing a good job here. Like, they're technically absolutely side by side here. But now, here's the main thing, right? This is something that we all do. I think anybody who's ever done this crap in any sort of way, shape, or form has done this before, but I'm going to explain it to you. With these two cars side by side like this, right? The car on the inside is going to get a lot of air taken away. If you think about it realistically, your right side is more important than your left side when you're side by side. Your right side keeps you from hitting the wall to your right, okay? Your downforce is mainly produced in the corner for the right side. Because if you don't have any right side downforce, you're going to spin out, right? So these cars are balanced in a way that, like, if you're behind somebody and that you've got your left front out of their wake, then you're much better, right? Than if you were absolutely stuffed right in behind this person, then you would have massive push, right? So for the left front, it does do something. I'm not sitting here acting like it doesn't. But it's the fact of when you are side by side and somebody's on your right side, you're going to get a lot of downforce taken away, right? So let's go back here. Now they're very close, but William is right on the white line, basically. And now you can see where his hood flap starts to come up, okay? The further that he gets close to him. So let's put this in fucking slow motion, so that you can see it properly. Right? He gets this close. Now you can even see the hood buckle. So that's something that I didn't even notice at the time. But the hood buckles as they're as close as they can be. Now, if you look at this, Joey is pretty much on the line for the outside. Like, he's driving it as if Byron isn't technically there. But as we come off the corner here, you can literally see how the air has affected both of these cars. Look, his hood is still pushed up. By the time that they got to the exit of the corner, his hood closes. That's when you have contact with the wall. If we look at it at car lengths, Joey's halfway through this groove now. He's already way too high, and it's because Byron is starting to shove up pretty much right about here. And then that's when the air gets disturbed on the right side. It puts him in the wall. Now, is this William Byron's fault? Yeah, 100%. Like, there's no other way around it. Look at the... Is that enough for this car to fit through here? No. Now, let's watch it all the way through, so that we can really grasp what we're talking about here. Alright. So now he's coming. He's got a good run here. But as that air gets taken away, you can see how both of them got out of the gas. Both of them pushed. And Joey really, you know, he tried. And that's the thing, is that people don't understand that this is a move. This is a move that you do, okay? This is a move that you do so that if you're the car on the outside line, you're going to get a good run off the corner, specifically because you crowded that guy, right? We saw it with Ross and Kevin a couple of years ago, where I can't remember if he put Ross in the wall or not, but it was around about this exact same situation. It's a move that you pull where if I get as close to you as I can, you're going to have to get out of the gas. The only difference was, and the way that Joey described it was true, he didn't care. He was just like, well, whatever, you know, we're gonna make this move, and either it works or it doesn't, right? And it didn't. Like, technically, this was a failure on the end of William Byron because Joey put him in a position where you technically just needed to get out of the gas and let him go. You know, he already kind of nay-nayed you right here. Once this happened, once that occurred, it was over. Like, he was not going to make this corner normally like he normally would. He took all of his air, you know? So really what should have happened here is Byron gets out of the gas. Pretty much right after this happened, right after this started, right about here, he should be out of the gas. Joey should be able to go, and they'd probably still be side by side going into turn 3. But the point was that William took a shot. He was like, I gotta go. I gotta go, and if I don't go, then there's no chance, you know? And then they hit. And Joey hits the wall. And then William goes along his merry way. And then you have this here. He did drive off into the corner pretty slow, huh? That was actually interesting. Look at him, he brakes so early. His tires were already done. But he braked so early for this corner. I actually can't believe it. He braked at the third... He broke at the 3 cones on the wall. Where is it? Let's find them. There's 4. Shit. Or wait, is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, 5, 4. He broke at the 4. And Joey hit the brakes in between the 3 and the 4. And look, the situation that we had here, this is classic. This is classic. Like, what Joey did to Byron was classic. Take the air off of his car. He has to make a decision. Either I stay in it, and whatever happens, happens. Like, either we make it through the corner super clean or we don't. He was like, that's not my problem. I'm just going to go, you know? I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a shot. In that situation, Byron has to get out of the gas. And he knows that, too. That, like, this isn't his first day doing this, you know? He knows for a fact. That's why he was mad. He was like, well, he hit me for it. And it's like, yeah, you put him in the wall. I mean, there is no other way that you can look at this wreck, especially now that I'm showing you, it's not even a wreck, but especially now that I'm showing you, like, what the air was doing on this car as he's coming. They get close right here. This is about as close as you can get. And then it shot his hood up, you know? His hood came up, his air is affected, and that was a move done by Joey. That was purposely done. Purposely, William Byron stays in the gas and runs him into the wall. I don't know how else to describe it any other way to people, but that's a move. Joey was going to take the air off of his car so that he could have a good run out of the corner. That was strictly it. He just decided, William just decided, I don't care. I'm going to keep my foot in the gas, you know? And more power to him. You know, he sat there and acted like, oh yeah, I didn't run him up into the wall. But I mean, look, like, can we go frame by frame? Yeah, actually we can. Unbelievable. All right, so we're coming up to this corner, right? Look at the angle. Look at the angle of the wall going down the backstretch. How does 2 cars fit? How would 2 cars fit in there? And Joey just got out of the gas because he knew he had to at that point. And I mean, he hit the wall pretty good there. Boom. Contact. Into the wall. But this is like a classic move. I've done this to people. You know, this is what you do. Byron's responsibility in that situation, if he wanted to drive clean, was that he needed to get out of the gas. It was a clean move that Joey pulled. Like, this is how you drive race cars. And William just didn't care. He ran him into the wall. And you can literally see off the corner, there's no way that Joey was going to be able to make the corner. And William's got all the control here. Joey put him in a position to make him choose. Okay, are you going to get out of the gas? What are you going to do? He didn't do it, so then you had this. Bumped him, got him out of the way, see you later. See you later. I mean, that's what I would have done. Because it doesn't matter. Like, if William doesn't know this, he might know now, because it happened to him. But just because you didn't mean to, doesn't mean that somebody's just going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. No, that's cool. You didn't mean to, so that meant that it's fine. It's like, no, that's not that's not how it works. Even though you say sorry, doesn't mean that somebody has to accept your apology. For instance, in like regular day life, it's the same principle, you know? I don't necessarily have to apologize to you, and you don't necessarily have to apologize to me, right? And same situation with this, you know, just because you didn't mean to doesn't mean that you didn't do something wrong, and it's because you did. Like, anybody who's going to sit there and look at this situation and they act like that they're being fair and balanced or something, if you don't look at this situation and come away with the same conclusion here, then you've probably either you're biased and you don't care, or etc. But you can literally see the moment. This is turbulence. That is turbulence right there. See the turbulence? It's all on the right side. And it stays there for a long time. Look at it. Look at his hood. Look at his hood. He has no downforce. And then it all came back. Probably right there. So he's got control by this point. He just knows, okay, he's out there. And I'm going to give him just a little. I mean, there was no way. There was no way. And why isn't it more obvious to commentators that this was the situation? Like, if you look at the onboards here, there is no way in this shot right here that those two were going to make it. No way. And who's the one that's in most control of this situation by this point? William. He had absolute control over what was going to happen here. Absolute control. Because he's the only one driving his car. Like, he's the only one that's feeling whatever's going on right now. He's 100% responsible for getting out of the gas pretty much right here. I mean, really and truly should have gotten out of the gas right when that started to happen. Because then if you get out of the gas a little bit, just a touch. You didn't even have to get out. You know, you just have to take your foot off the throttle just a little bit. They still would have been side by side coming out of the corner. He probably wouldn't have been in as great of a position, but Byron still would have had a shot. You know, it goes both ways. Okay, well, did Joey have to run him over? No. But the point is that if you do something like that, if somebody puts you in that spot, and it's like a card game. Like, right here, right about here, Joey's making his play. That was his play right here to make this happen. Right? Now it's his turn. By that point, it was his turn to think about what he wanted to do, which is Byron. Like, the card was already played. Joey showed his hand. Said, I'm going to take your arrow away. And then William was like, I'll just run you into the wall. That was the thought process. He might have tried, but he tried too late, you know, because he wanted it. William wanted it. And congrats, you got it, you know. You got it. Just because you didn't mean to doesn't mean that somebody has to respond to you in the way that you want, you know. You know, I don't know what else to say. I don't know how people watch that situation and they're like, oh yeah, yeah, sure, that's fine. It's like, no, he ran him into the wall at a short track with 25 to go. 100%. He didn't want to concede that he got played on that restart in that corner, and he just kept his foot in it. He kept his foot in it, and he put him in the wall. There was no way, if Joey wouldn't have gotten out of the gas and they would have stayed side by side coming out of two like that, they both would have been wrecked. You know, Joey had to concede more in that situation than William did. Was that because William Byron's a good driver and he's smart? No.